You never really move on, you just learn how to breathe through the pain. These were the quiet, almost whispered words from Jung So Min during a recent, unfiltered moment that has sent shockwaves across the internet. Welcome to our channel, where we bring you the untold stories behind your favorite Korean stars. Today's video is one you'll want to watch until the very end, because it's not just news, it's a deeply emotional journey. In a world where silence often hides the most painful truths, one voice has finally spoken out. After the surprise baby reveal with Jung Hae In, beloved actress Jung So Min is now opening up like never before. What seemed like a beautiful chapter in her life is also layered with memories of heartbreak, quiet suffering, and wounds that never truly healed. What she revealed has left fans speechless and more connected to her than ever. The news of Jung Hae In and Jung So Min expecting a child together had already left fans in awe, surprised, delighted, and confused all at once. It seemed like a fairy tale unfolding in real time. Two beloved stars, known for their subtle charm and intense chemistry on screen, were now entangled in a real-life story more emotional than any drama they'd ever filmed. But behind the beautiful smiles and warm glow of parenthood, there lies a deeper, more delicate layer, one of past heartbreaks, unspoken grief, and emotional wounds that never quite closed. This is not just a love story. It's a story of loss, healing, and quiet resilience. And now, for the first time, Jung So Min is opening up. Longtime fans of Jung So Min know she has always been graceful, often reserved, and incredibly introspective. Unlike many of her peers, she rarely shares details of her private life, choosing instead to let her work speak for her. But something changed recently. Perhaps it was the weight of expectation, the overwhelming curiosity of the public, or maybe, just maybe, it was her heart's desire to finally speak her truth. In an emotionally raw interview that aired just days after the baby announcement, Jung So Min sat down with a close friend and veteran journalist. Her voice trembled slightly in the beginning, but her eyes, those gentle, expressive eyes, spoke volumes even before she uttered a word. "I didn't think I would ever speak about this," she admitted, her fingers nervously tracing the rim of her teacup. "There are wounds I thought I had buried, but when the baby news came out, those emotions resurfaced." What emotions was she referring to? Before Jung Hae In, there was a story that very few people know in full. Years ago, Jung So Min had been in a deeply committed relationship with someone outside the spotlight. It was quiet, away from cameras, filled with genuine love and, according to those close to her, talk of marriage and children. But it ended tragically, not with betrayal, not with anger, but with loss. In a barely audible whisper, So Min revealed something that stunned even her interviewer. She had once been pregnant. Years ago, before the public even suspected she was in a relationship, she lost a child. "It was early," she said softly, "but it was real to me. It was everything." This revelation alone sent a hush through her fandom. For years, So Min had carried this heartbreak alone. No tabloid sniffed it out. No rumors swirled. It was her secret, a private sorrow folded carefully into her life, like a pressed flower between the pages of a book. She described that period as dark, silent, and unbearably lonely. She would go to work, act her roles, smile on red carpets, and return home to a kind of emptiness that defies description. "I think the hardest part," she said, eyes brimming with tears, "was pretending I was okay." So, how did Jung Hae In come into this story? Their paths crossed on set, first as colleagues, then as reluctant friends. "He was gentle," So Min said with a small smile. "He didn't push. He never asked more than I could give." At first, she resisted. She thought she wasn't ready for love again. The idea of opening her heart, letting someone in, terrified her. But Hae In waited. "He waited without making it feel like waiting," she said. "He just existed in my life until it felt wrong not to let him in." Over time, love grew. It was quiet, cautious, and deeply rooted in mutual respect. And when they found out they were expecting, So Min said her first reaction wasn't joy. It was fear. "I cried," she admitted. Not because I wasn't happy, but because I didn't know if my heart could take it again. What if I lost this one too? It was Jung Hae In who held her through those nights, who stayed up with her every time fear crept in, who learned to read her silences. He told me, she recalled, if this child is ours, then let's believe in their strength. And if something happens, we'll face it together. Those words became her anchor. As her pregnancy progressed and the news eventually broke, the world celebrated. Fans flooded social media with congratulations, industry colleagues expressed their joy, and the couple received overwhelming support. But behind the public joy was a woman still grappling with ghosts of the past. I love this baby with everything I have, she said, gently placing a hand over her belly. But I also love the one I lost. And that's the part people don't understand. Joy and grief can exist in the same heart. The most haunting part of her story came near the end of the interview, when Seo-min looked into the camera, not as a celebrity, but as a human being, and said, "Some wounds never heal. You just learn to live with them. But sometimes, when you're lucky, love finds you again. And it gives you the courage to live despite the pain." In that moment, silence fell. The interviewer, seasoned as she was, had tears in her eyes. There was no follow-up question. None was needed. Fans have since flooded online forums with messages of love and support, many sharing their own stories of loss and healing. Jung So Min's honesty created space for vulnerability, for empathy, and for real conversations about the parts of life we often hide. As for Jung Hae In, he has remained by her side, offering quiet strength. He has yet to make a public statement about Seo-min's revelation, but those close to the couple say he was aware of everything from the beginning, and he chose to love her fully, scars and all. In many ways, this story is not about celebrities, but about the human heart, about the wounds we carry, the secrets we bury, and the immense courage it takes to open ourselves to love again after loss. Jung So Min didn't need to tell the story, but she did. And in doing so, she reminded the world that behind every smile is a story we may never know unless we listen. So as the world waits eagerly for the arrival of their child, we are also witnessing the rebirth of a woman who once thought her heart couldn't hold joy again. Some wounds may never heal, but love, true, patient, unwavering love, makes it possible to carry those wounds with grace. And sometimes that is enough. What do you think about Jung So Min's emotional confession? Share your thoughts in the comments. We read every single one. If this story touched your heart, give this video a thumbs up to support more content like this. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any real-life stories behind your favorite K-drama stars. Share this video with a friend who loves Jung So Min or needs to hear a story about strength, healing, and hope. Thank you for being part of our community. Your support means everything.